The July 29th update for Halo Campaign Evolved is officially live, but let's set some expectations. There's no huge content drops, no new stories, no new missions. But if you've been playing since early access, you have been wrestling with the frustrating bugs, baffling AI, and that one-hit plasma pistol that just might be the most important patch of the year. This update isn't about adding more stuff, it's about fixing the game we already have. When you're revisiting a 25-year-old classic, the feel of the gameplay is everything. The developers have obviously been glued to the community's feedback since the game went live last week, and they're targeting the biggest pain points. We're going to walk through the official patch notes and show you what's changed, why the game changer for your campaign runs, and how it makes the whole experience better. We're talking major weapon rebalancing, smarter enemies, better stability, smoother co-op, and this all is about polish. So let's get into it. Alright, let's start with the change everyone is celebrating. The one that probably tanked more of your heroic and legendary runs this past week than anything else. According to patch notes, a charged plasma pistol shot no longer instantly kills a player with full health and shields. Thank God for that. I cannot tell you how many times my buddy and I were going through on Legendary or on Heroic, and we were just getting obliterated by grunts and jackals wielding plasma pistols. Especially if you would try and back up and regain your health and shields, they would charge up those plasma pistol shots, and as soon as you walked right around the corner, that'd get you. They'd get you with it. So that is the big thing. This was, without a doubt, the single biggest balance problem at launch. We all know that the noob combo, a charged plasma blast to strip shields, then a quick headshot to finish the job, that's a Halo staple. But that's not what is happening. You're getting one-shotted by grunts, hiding behind a crate, instantly dead at full health, and it completely just shatters the quote-unquote Halo dance of stripping shields and outskilling your opponent. It just felt cheap and random and unbelievably frustrating, especially in 4-player co-op where one lucky shot could sideline a teammate for good. So, how does it feel now? It feels right. It feels like Halo again. When you get hit with that overcharged shot, your shield pops, you hear that iconic sound, and you have a split second to react, to find cover, return fire, and actually use your skill to survive. This isn't really a nerf, it's a course correction, putting the plasma pistol back in its original role as a strategic tool, not a pocket super weapon. For anyone who's tackling a lasso run or is just trying to have fun on higher difficulties, this is one fix that will make a world of a difference. Let's talk about the AI and their behavior. Now, this may just be me, but fighting the enemies on Heroic and Legendary really made it feel like I was playing Halo Reach all over again. The AI 100% was either heavily inspired from Reach, or Reach was used. Their AI assets were used. But let's get into that. A remake like this lives and dies on iconic moments. And with the AI deciding to take a coffee break, those moments just don't hit right. This patch rolls out some small but very important tweaks to enemy behavior. First, let's talk about Truth and Reconciliation. Banger of a mission. You land down, night, sniper rifle in your hand, squad of Marines behind you, and you are going to board this Covenant capital ship to save Captain Keyes. Banger mission. The notes mention that jackals in the hangar hallway will now actively patrol instead of just standing around. I definitely noticed this. You would walk into that huge hangar bay expecting a firefight, and the jackals would just be staring at a wall, twiddling the thumbs around, doing absolutely nothing. Which that completely kills the mood, You're going in, expecting a firefight, and just, bam, nothing happens. Now, they actually move. They take positions and create the crossfire you're meant to fight through. It's a small detail that restores the entire flow of that encounter. Then, on Assault on the Control Room, 2 key things are fixed. The Spec Up elites near Rally Point Delta will now actually engage you properly. These are camo elites that were supposed to ambush you and create a tough, stealthy fight, but were often slow to react. That's fixed. Second, the patch stopped enemies from casually walking into the side of the control room building, which just looked ridiculous and broke the fight. These fixes make this whole area, this whole mission, feel more consistent and challenging, which is the way that Halo is supposed to be. Consistent, challenging, especially on harder difficulties. Finally, and this is a big one for fans of the Silent Cartographer, the 2 hunters at the entrance now consistently attack you. People were reporting all over that these guys would just get stuck on the map or just not activate. It turned one of the most intimidating fights in early game into a total pushover. Now you can expect that classic feeling of dread when you round the corner and you just see 2 walking tanks ready to go. Fixing the AI isn't just about making the game harder, it's about making sure the difficulty comes from the design and not from bugs. Now we're going to talk about some stability and performance for now, the technical stuff, because it's a pretty game unless it crashes. This update packed with stability fixes will make a huge difference. The important fixes target specific crashes. The Pillar of Autumn is now more stable, ensuring a smoother start. More critically, the final mission, the Maw, got a major fix. The patch addressed crash that would happen while watching or skipping the intro cinematic, especially for PC players with certain AMD graphics cards using FSR. Think about how many legendary Warthog runs have been ended with a sudden crash to the desktop. This is a massive relief, knowing that the game's most iconic sequence, now reimagined, is stable. And that gives us players and the developers a good confidence boost. On the side of PC things, the game will now pop up with a warning if your GPU drivers have known issues, which is absolutely fantastic. Proactive move from the devs. Lastly, the patch improved performance to reduce stuttering for players with large friend lists, particularly on PC and PlayStation. It might sound like a small thing, but with crossplay and massive social lists, this background process was causing noticeable hitches for some people. Smoothing this out leads to steadier frame rate, which is absolutely essential for a shooter. These aren't flashy updates, but they are the foundation of a good experience, especially in a game that leans so heavily on its 4-player co-op. So why does this polish matter? With all of the fixes in mind, let's step back and look at why this kind of polish is so important for this game. Halo Campaign Evolved is way more than just a visual remaster. Sometimes people forget that this game launched with brand new content and systems that were never in the original Halo. So yes, it's supposed to be a remaster of Halo, but it's not Halo. It looks like Halo, but it's not the original Halo. This remake introduced 3 new prequel missions called Operation Meteorite, which were the bonus missions that we got in the game. And they star Sergeant Johnson and the Master Chief, and they added in brutes to the Halo 1 sandbox. It has also massively expanded the arsenal of weapons that came from later Halo games, such as the Energy Sword, the Needle Rifle, SMG, Brute Spiker, all of those were added in. And on top of that, the developers added in modern mechanics like sprint and smart link aiming to bring the gameplay more in line with recent shooters. And it doesn't stop there. You can now hijack enemy vehicles, finally pilot a Wraith instead of just using the turrets, and the entire campaign is 4-player online co-op with both cross-play and cross-progression, meaning that you can play with anyone on any platform, and if you start playing on one platform, as long as you have your Microsoft account linked to your game, you can play on another platform, which is really nice. You don't have to worry about losing any of your progress or what you've collected. There's even a mode called Campaign Remixes that randomizes the enemy's weapons for more replayability, which is fucking awesome in my opinion. I mean, you go through the game already on, heroic or legendary, and then maybe you do a lasso run, and it's like, well, what do I have left now? It's like, well, go modify your game mode, you go do the remixed campaign with lasso or something like that. I don't know. There's different ways that you can go back and replay the Halo campaign without just being basic. This is exactly why the June 29th patch is such a big deal. It's not just about fixing a 25-year-old game that just got remastered. It's about stabilizing this ambitious foundation. A bug that crashes the maw is 10 times more infuriating with 3 friends in your co-op session. An overpowered plasma pistol feels worse when you're fighting through a remixed level full of random enemies. These fixes are essential to making sure that this awesome new content is actually fun to play, and will make sure that players keep coming back and playing the game. So, what's the bottom line? The July 29th update is exactly what Halo Campaign Evolved needed. It's not about new bells and whistles, but about fundamental gameplay health. It fixes most infuriating weapon bugs, makes the AI more reliable, and shores up stability across the board. These changes make the core campaign, the new prequel missions, and the beautiful chaos of 4-player co-op a much, much, much better experience. But that's just my breakdown. I want to know what you all think. Have these fixes made a difference for you? Are there other changes you're still hoping to see, like maybe fixing how wide the melee range is for flood tanks, elites, and hunters? That would be really nice. Or is there nothing? Is there nothing? Is there nothing that you want to see changed? Or is everything that was wrong with this game, besides the voice acting, fixed? Drop a comment down below and let me know. And if you want to stay up to date on Halo and more patch breakdowns like this, make sure that you subscribe, you hit that notification bell, and thank you everybody so much for watching this video. This is a little bit different of a video than I normally do, but if you enjoyed it, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys down on the Halo ring.